Hi there. As a veterinarian, I know that seeing your dog feeling anxious or distressed is just one of the toughest things for any owner to go through. So today, we're going to do more than just talk about it. We are going to build a real, actionable plan to bring some immediate peace and quiet back to your best friend.
All right, let's dive right in. Here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll get a handle on what's actually triggering your dog's anxiety. Then, we're going to focus on creating a true sanctuary for them right in your own home. We'll also check out some really cool tools that can make a huge difference. And finally, we'll tie it all together by building a solid daily routine that creates a lasting sense of calm.
You know, you can't really solve a problem until you understand it, right? So first things first, we have to identify the villain in this story. And honestly, the most common anxiety triggers for dogs are things we barely notice. Loud noises, a new person walking into the room, or even just the act of being left alone.
I want you to imagine for a second that you're in a place where you don't speak the language, and everything is just loud and unpredictable. That's kind of what our world can feel like to an anxious dog. So whether it's the boom of fireworks or the quiet click of the front door closing, learning to spot their unique signs of fear is absolutely the most important first step we can take.
Okay, before we jump into the quick fixes, I need to say something really crucial. Building a lasting sense of calm, well, it's a journey, and it's one that really requires your patience. Every dog is different. This is so true for rescue dogs, who might be carrying around baggage from a past we'll never fully understand.
And here's the thing. Your own calm, consistent attitude is probably the most powerful tool you have. You're going to have setbacks, and that is totally normal. Just remember, your dog really feeds off of your energy, so your patience becomes their anchor in a storm.
All right, let's get to the good stuff, the action plan. Here are 3 super practical steps you can take, like right now, to start turning your home into a total sanctuary for your pet.
You'd be amazed at how simple changes can have a huge impact. So, step 1, make them a quiet little den, a cozy, safe spot that's all theirs. Step 2, introduce some pet-safe calming scents, like a little bit of lavender. And step 3, use some soft music to help drown out stressful sounds from outside. See, by controlling the environment, you give them immediate relief. And here's a little bit of the science behind why some of these tools work so well. Pheromone diffusers, for example, they tap into this deep, instinctual calming reflex. They basically copy the natural chemical signals that a mother dog uses to make her puppies feel safe. It creates this powerful sense of security at a biological level. Pretty cool, huh?
Now, it's not just about managing the environment. We also have to deal with all that nervous energy. Getting them good physical and mental exercise is absolutely critical. It's not just about burning off energy, it also releases endorphins, nature's feel-good chemicals. A tired dog is almost always a happy, more relaxed dog.
And hey, it's not just about running them until they're exhausted. Engaging your dog's brain is just as important. Simple games like hiding treats, using those cool puzzle feeders, or even just a quick 5-minute training session gives their brain a great workout and makes your bond even stronger. And that brings us right to training. You know, consistent, positive training does so much more than just teach sit and stay. It gives your dog a predictable structure. And for a mind that's prone to anxiety, knowing what to expect is a powerful antidote to all that chaos and fear. So here is your mission, and it's a big one. Become an expert at noticing when they're calm. When your dog is in a situation that would normally be stressful and they choose to be calm, even for a split second, reward that behavior right away. You are literally reinforcing the exact state of mind you want to see more of.
Okay, let's get practical and stock up your toolkit. There are some really fantastic products out there that are designed specifically to give your dog comfort and a feeling of security during those stressful moments that we just can't avoid.
We're talking about things like anxiety wraps, which give this gentle, constant pressure that feels like a reassuring hug. Then you've got those pheromone diffusers we just talked about, and even calming treats made with natural ingredients. Seriously, these tools can be total game changers during fireworks, a thunderstorm, or even a trip to my office.
Now listen up, because this is so important. While all these techniques are incredibly powerful, some situations they require professional help. As a vet, I need you to know when it's time to stop what you're doing and make that call to a professional, whether it's me or a certified animal behaviorist.
So please pay close attention to this. If you see persistent, severe fear that just isn't getting better, or any kind of aggression that's out of character, or really any sudden dramatic change in their behavior, it's time to call your vet. We have to rule out any underlying medical problems that could be causing all this. At the end of the day, I want you to remember this. The journey you're on, it's not just about managing anxiety. It is about deepening the trust, the communication, and that incredible bond that you share with your dog. The progress you make together. That is the real reward.
And you can be confident in this approach. This entire framework is built on solid ground. It's all grounded in expert advice from the fantastic team over at the award-winning Doggozila Magazine, so you know you're using methods you can trust.
Now, to pull everything we've talked about together, let's talk about the long-term foundation for a calm life. Because the single most important piece of this whole puzzle, the bedrock of it all, is a consistent, predictable daily routine.
Dogs absolutely thrive on predictability. It's how they make sense of our crazy human world. A simple, structured schedule for meals, walks, playtime, and quiet time. It might seem boring to us, but for them, it's a constant message that says, you are safe, you're secure, everything is okay. By putting these steps into practice, you are doing so much more than just calming your dog in one stressful moment. You are actively building a fortress of calm, a lifetime of confidence and tranquility that you and your best friend are going to share together.